August 1759. Below deck somewhere between coasts. They told us to forget our names, so I whispered mine until the darkness started answering back. The light doesn't reach this far. It tries. You can feel it in the wood sometimes, warm in places where it shouldn't be, but it never touches the floor. We live between boards and breath, in the places where even sound gets trapped. They said we were cargo, that we were counted, not named, measured in weight, not memory. But my mother once told me, your name is the first thing the world gives back to you when you speak. So I whispered mine, not loudly, not proudly, just enough to remind the air that I was still here, just enough to keep it from disappearing inside me. There's a boy beside me. He hums sometimes, a sound I don't recognize but somehow still know. He hasn't spoken since we left. I don't know his name, but when he hums, I imagine one for him. Something gentle, something that sounds like it survives. One night, during a storm, the ship lurched hard. People screamed, not because of fear, but because their bodies were no longer their own. We slid, we slammed into each other, and somewhere in the chaos, someone began to pray. Not in words, not in any language I've ever heard, but in rhythm, like a drum buried beneath the skin. And in that rhythm, I felt something I hadn't in weeks. I felt us, not as slaves or stolen things, but as people who once danced. They say memory fades in the dark, but mine has sharpened. I remember the way morning tasted on the leaves back home. I remember my brother's crooked smile. I remember the way my father held my name in his mouth like it was a blade. Sometimes I wonder if I'm already dead, if this is some kind of waiting room before forgetting becomes permanent. But then someone coughs, or someone whispers a prayer, or that boy hums, and I remember, the dead don't hum.